welcome. We are going to do a 3-part series on finding your soul's purpose for this lifetime, this particular incarnation. There's a lot of thoughts on this, so I'll try to rein it in. I'm going to do another video, maybe tonight, because I have some nice quiet alone time, and we're going back in the Wayback Machine, back in time, where from childhood we often have these memories that stick with us of the things we used to just get so lost in out of joy, not out of critical thinking or logic, but things we loved to do that could just take up our whole day if the adults in our lives would just let us be like, go on, I'm playing here. So whatever those passions were as a kid, before we even knew the word passion, it was just the things you would just get lost in for hours, like that you felt deeply, like I loved it so much and it's weird and I don't know why. Like it doesn't have to be like something that even makes sense as an activity, but just something you were like you could just do endlessly. And I feel like those things, those little memories, are like breadcrumbs back to our essence, back to our true self, back to our soul's calling for what we are, what we came here to do in this particular lifetime. So when I've been really feeling that a lot this year, I've already journaled about it. I knew this video was going to come, the one that's not here yet, but that's going to come maybe later tonight. And then I went to ChatGPT and I was like, I've been feeling called, that's like my BFF. I've been feeling called to unpack this alongside people, like help people tap into their own inner knowing, their own intuition. And I'm still figuring it out for myself, yet I still feel called to help in some way. And it's like the reciprocal nature of things is like, I know I'll receive help in return. So it's like mutual miracle blessing type things going on. So with that, I said, hey, ChatGPT, I would like to do a multi-part series on finding your soul's purpose. Like, what are we called into this lifetime to do? And so what ChatGPT gave me, which is why I'm going to be reading it when I need to, it says, The Soul's Path, a 3-part tarot journey to your life's purpose. A guided tarot reading series designed to help you uncover your true purpose, align with your passions, and step into a fulfilling life with confidence and excitement. So, because I did say I like to bring an optimism and a hopefulness and a joy to things, because otherwise, why are we doing it? We got it. I mean, yeah, we can go back in time and heal wounds, and that takes a certain amount of gravity, and it's not always joyful and all of that. But this is about like, where are we headed? What did we come here to do? Some of this we might be like, yeah, there's still stuff to heal, to let go of, to then have our true self and our true purpose emerge. I'm not saying that won't happen throughout these readings. Who knows what's going to happen? But this first part is called Part 1, Awakening to Your Unique Gifts. So let's get started. I want to pull an oracle message that we'll read at the end. And I have a feeling we'll be doing extended. This is going to go deep. Mother, nurturing. I'm laughing because I did start this reading before and I was too rambly. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Let's just scrap it and start over. I'm on this path to try to distill everything down into its essence and try to get very succinct with the messages, the interpretation of the messages. Well, the first reading I did, the very first card I pulled from the tarot was the Queen of Pentacles, which is, and the feeling that came through, the message that came through was, you're very nurturing. You have that capacity, just endless capacity. Like we said, what could you get lost in for hours, or what do you have endless energy to do? To nurture. So it's saying, okay, just because you scrapped that reading doesn't mean your energy still isn't here with us. So what this reading is going to do is help you tap into your own inner wisdom through the questions, through the placements of the cards. That's why I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, I have the idea about the messages that have been calling to me to sit down and just let them come through. But I'm like, I need that container. I need the structure. What does the structure look like? And I'm like, I think I want multi-parts. I think I want the optimism and hopefulness. I think so. I gave ChatGPT the parameters, and this is what it came up with. So let's get started. Thank you for being here. I hope there's like some resonance here that you can just take some nuggets with you and just put a pin in the rest, set it aside for some other moment in your life or for somebody else that it might be meant for. So, and also what happens a lot with tarot is it's something for you. If you're here now, these are timeless. You're meant to be here for something. Now the energy coming in, like we all bring an energy to something, and that's when the messages are like, sit down. It's this energy is coming for this reading. It might be someone in your life. This message might be for them because they're part of you. You're bringing it here. So feel into that as well. It may be for somebody, like intended for somebody in your life. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. So the first placement is my soul's essence. This will be a 5-card spread. What is my soul's essence? What is the core of who I am? And we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is hilarious because when I said that we got the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding one pentacle in a nurturing way. And the Ace of Pentacles is saying that there's a newness. There's this new understanding of what that nurturing essence means for you, and this is the start of something, meaning like what is man, my throat's, well, let's just leave it at that. We can't interpret too much yet because I need oh my gosh, actually I don't want to use those right now. I want to use these. The Ace of Pentacles is saying there's a new understanding that you're grounding in, because pentacles are of the earth. It's very grounding. And in fact, we have a piece of wood there, which is funny. There's like the core. This is the core. Oh my God. What is the core of who I am? That's what it says. This is the core of the tree. It's so funny. Oh man, I love this. Then we have the King of Wands, the Three of Swords, ooh, and the High Priestess. Okay, get ready. You are highly intuitive, and you know how to tap into your own wisdom. You coming here is you already knowing that you are an intuitive person. You're watching intuitive readings on the internet. You are deeply in touch with your inner wisdom. And not just your inner higher self, it's all that intuitive knowing. Whether you just know things, whether you hear them, whether you see signs out there that keep orienting you back to like synchronicities and resonance. Like there's something in you that just, you just know how to do this. You're a seeker, but you're a seeker inside. You know to keep orienting back. And the King of Wands, he knows like when to act on those intuitions, and he has a fiery purpose. Like he knows he has a purpose. And then there's Three of Swords here saying if you know you have a purpose and you know how to tap into your inner wisdom, the Three of Swords is saying like maybe there's something here, like a wounded, like some sort of wound, a heart wound, a sadness, a grief, a loss that might be what's actually brought you here today to say there's just that one thing I've got to move through. I got to move this energy to truly understand what my soul's essence is. It could also mean you're meant to help heal wounds through your intuition and your there's like a knowing when to act energy with the King of Wands. So there's something here like maybe it's just a matter of timing on stepping into your purpose. But this is like your soul's essence. What's at the core of who you are? You're just a very intuitive and purpose-driven person. That's the core of who you are. You're super intuitive. And despite the intuition, like you're grounded, meaning you know how to anchor it into your everyday life. So you're starting from a very good place, meaning you can do whatever, you can follow this path, whatever might be illuminated. I think you're going to get some answers in the way of your own intuitive hits. Okay, and then the next placement is my unique gifts. What strengths and talents do I naturally embody? And we have the Eight of Wands. There's just this, it doesn't take you long to come to an understanding of what, it won't take you long actually to come to an understanding of what your purpose is. It's going to be pretty quick. Like there's this lightning strike, and the eight of Wands is like very quick energy. So it's like you have these flashes of inspiration and these flashes of intuitive knowings. So there's something about, it's not going to take you long, and that's like your unique gifts. What strengths and talents do you naturally embody? There's something about like it doesn't take you long to get your answers that you seek. That's a pretty awesome gift actually. For speaking from those of us, like I took the long way around to this path. Yeah. Here's the Eight of Cups. Oh my God, we got the Eight of Wands again. Oh my God. In the first reading we did that I'm scrapping, there was a card clarified by the same card in this placement actually. So it's so funny. And the Seven of Cups, oh my God, we got that last time too, the Seven of Cups with the Eight of Cups. So, okay, luckily this energy is still here. I'm kind of liking this reading a little better though. There's something about, it's just more anchored in. These messages are more free-flowing. So we have the Eight of Wands, clarified with the Eight of Wands. So what it's saying this is about is the Eight of Cups and Seven of Cups. If this is what your unique gifts are, you have the ability to distill down the essence of something from many, many options, many ideas, many angles. And this came through in the second placement, and what came through then was also like, that's so funny, because there was also the Seven of Wands here. But anyway, we'll set that aside. The essence here is like, you have this ability to see things from a lot of different angles, and then you don't get lost in the weeds. You say, okay, I'm moving on, I'm making my own meaning out of this, and I'm not settling for like the same old thing people have always thought about, whatever these different angles are. Like when you try to see things from different perspectives, and yet you come up with something beyond that. Like there's like something distilled or emergent. There's something emergent about that works through your energy. When you have a lot of different options, a lot of different ideas, angles, perspectives, you don't just pick one. You're like, none of those are sufficient. But in my own alchemy, something emerged out that's like, I have the ability to do that, either for yourself, for other people, in your job. And it has to do with your intuition, that deep, and so the Eight of Wands says you have the ability to actually do that really quickly. So it's not just that you're a thinker, you're like a inventor, you're a creator. So it's like you take many different perspectives, ideas, and you create the new thing that might have some of those fundamental pieces, or they're like ingredients, but you make your own recipe. You make it sometimes unrecognizable. Like, oh, is that ingredient really in there? This tasted like a whole new dish. So that you have that ability. Okay, that's enough. Whew. Got the chills. So what brings me joy? What experiences or passions light up my soul? I think you have the passion for connection and for fostering connection in other people, with other people, meaning you help people understand how important that is to be in connection with yourself, with other people. So there's something here about like, that's what brings you joy, is connection, and that's beautiful. Hold please. Okay, let's clarify this though. The Lovers, because the Lovers can mean a lot of things, but I often think it's like this divine connection and understanding your values as you come into alignment with your purpose. It's really values driven. Okay, so keep that in mind. Like What brings you joy? You like knowing where you stand on something, because I think that's what makes you so good at checking other perspectives and then coming up with your own thing. Because it's not like you're like, well, I'll pick that one. That feels good. But it's not it's not of you. It's like you're able to birth something through understanding where you are. And then, okay, now I'll consider the other perspectives. And I'm like, what feels good through my intuition. Okay, so let's clarify the Lovers. We have the Page of Pentacles. It's so funny because we had that Ace here, which is like that, like the core of who you are is like that, the value system. It's like, yeah, that's what we were just talking about. It's like a messenger to say, you understand the core of who you are. That's funny. So you're farther along on this journey than a lot of people probably would be. That's probably why you're here watching these videos too. You just intuitively know, like, yeah, I know the core of who I am. It's just like, what do I want to do with that? What wants to be birthed out of me in this particular lifetime? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Ooh. So the okay. So what this is saying, the Seven of Swords is like this kind of energy, like a little bit secretive or deceptive, or it's just a little bit tricky. I kind of think of it sometimes like the devil in a way, because it's like, what do I not want to admit? What do I not want to deal with? What do I kind of like not want to look at? And so it's kind of deceptive in a way. And so what this is saying is like, it's like, what experiences or passions light up my soul? And this whole idea of connection and through connection, through values. The Seven of Pentacles is saying, you don't rush, even though you are so quick. You're so quick, so sharp to create out of like all that we talked about. Don't rush it, because because you're so quick, other people, this is saying you need to meet them where they're at. Okay. So if this is about connection, or even in your work, if it's like, I know this is the job that I'm passionate about, but what am I meant to be doing there? This is saying like, whoever you're in connection with in your work, don't rush them. Not everyone's as quick as you. And you're probably like, yeah, I know. Well, it's saying just meet people where they're at, because when you are considering a lot of perspectives and you're able to challenge people, it says do it in a friendly way, do it in a way that won't put them on the defensive, which means slowing it down to their speed, because you're quick. You've got some lightning wit. And so this is saying, okay, that's all well and good, but even if it's not in your job, it's like in a relationship or whatever, and you're always the one out there on the forefront, slow down and meet the people where they are, because that'll help you come deeper into connection with them. They'll be like, oh my God, yay. Because if you're off, people can't catch up, and they can't anchor into what you're bringing to the table. They can't understand what you're saying, what you're meaning, and they'll just think like, it's overwhelming. And so this is saying, don't be overwhelming. Slow down, because connection really does bring you joy. It does really light up your soul. And so it's like, well, the Seven of Swords is saying here, like, just go slow, meet people where they're at, and then that you'll make the most of coming into connection with people. So let's say, like, the next one is, where have I been holding back? What hidden fears or doubts keep me from embracing my gifts? So what hidden fears or doubts keep me from embracing these gifts? We have the Seven of Swords again. See, it's here for a reason. This is, I wonder what the fear would be. Is it fear of, like, let's find out. It might have to do with this meeting people where they're at. it's almost like what brings you joy is connection, and a little bit about what you fear is connection. And that's so classic, isn't it? But what's it mean for you? Let's find out. Where have I been holding back? What hidden fears and doubts keep me from embracing these gifts? We have the Sun, Five of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Ooh. We got the King of Swords in the throwaway reading too. So there's this is so funny, because the way these have been reading is like the outer cards are clarifying the inner, and a lot of times that happens with my readings when I pull threes as clarifiers. So the Sun and the King of Swords, like, you're all optimism and clarity, and you do bring this optimism to all of your quick, it's not like you're negative or judging. It's like, you're like, hey guys, look at all these ideas and blah, blah, blah. I see, like, what about that? Have you considered that? Whatever that is for you about that quickness. It's this, the fear would be like, because you might have trouble slowing down, that you're still like out of connection with people. You're still lonely, isolated, feeling down, depressed. And it's saying like, you just have so much expression. You have so much like clarity of thought that it takes a while for people to catch up to you. And you're like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm a little worried. Like, will I find people who can match my speed? Now, what does this have to do with your purpose? That's going to probably come in later readings. This particular reading is about awakening to your unique gifts. So we've identified a really big unique gift for you, which is your just like your clarity of mind and the optimism, and what you bring, like how the optimism fuels that. Like, oh, you're an idea person, but you're not just like, it's like you have vision. You're a visionary. Let's use that word. You're a visionary. Now, this overall energy here of mother and nurturing, it feels like you've got to nurture that in relationship to other people, so that you can, it's like, you know, when you just have so much energy and you can overwhelm people because they're like, oh my God, just hanging out with you, I just feel tired. It's saying nurture that, I don't know if nurture is the right word, but it's like recognize it and maybe temper it with some like compassion for the other person, where you're meeting them. Like, give a little bit of forethought, like where is the other energy in this connection? Where are they now? And how do I meet them there and bring them forward slowly with me so that we can have a conversation that's inspired and visionary? So let's clarify. Let's go to the last placement, an encouraging message from Spirit. What do I need to hear right now to trust in my unique path? And we have the Two of Swords. Oh, golly. Usually that's a decision that needs to be made. I just dribbled my water. What do I need to hear right now to trust in my unique path? Well, first of all, the Two of Swords is also like trusting your intuition. And it could be a decision that you're sort of like blocking out the world to go inward so that you can make a decision. Like, see how the swords are crossed, and there's this moon with a fire. There's like something's brewing there. We have the Three of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. We got it again, guys. Ooh, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so an encouraging message from Spirit. What do I need to hear right now to trust in my unique path? There's, first of all, again, outer clarifiers for the inner. So if your unique path has to do with like nurturing relationships with in connection, meaning there's something to do with like bringing people along in clarity. Do you have that role in your work or in your life or your extracurriculars where Oh, it's like people might reach out to you to seek, like, are you a coach? Are you something that helps people gain understanding about something, like some sort of profession that way? Are you a teacher? Well, there's something here that says, like, just because you're the visionary, you know, like, look, this is like the card of being a visionary, and it's like, okay, what do I do with this? Where are we going? You have all, like, you're on the verge of taking action on those visions. And the Four of Cups is saying, like, there's this energy here of what you have to offer is not going to be received with the fieriness, the like just like you're just so out there in a good way. Like, you are the visionary. How do you distill that back down and care for this little baby and be like, here, see, I made it digestible for you. That's what mothers do. Like, you're the mama bird. You've got to chew it up and spit it in their mouths. I'm sorry. But I love imagery because it just, distill. Like, that word has come up 3 times in this reading, hasn't it? And I don't use that all the time, like very rarely. So it's like this, you are being called to be, like, to distill. You're the visionary. You're the excitement. You want to share ideas. You want to be in collaboration with people. It's time for you to become the mama bird. Your mother, you're nurturing. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to stop there because that's just too funny. But I really feel it. I've got all the chills. That's why I wore extra layers today. I knew I'd be getting chills. So let's go into the extended, and we'll start by reading this card, and then we'll clarify further to see, like, when awakening to your unique gifts is probably like illuminating more about this for you. My God, there's a giant that lives upstairs. Don't tell my husband I said that. Okay, thank you for going over to the extended. The link is somewhere. Follow that over, and I really appreciate you being here, and let me know how it resonated, or if it didn't, or if you want a one-on-one reading. We'll do that.